Welcome, Gemini. This is your monthly focus for May 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of you, let me thank you for the energy, the positive energy and support that you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to you. We start with justice. Okay, so the month is really about you, your happiness, okay? Whether other people appreciate it or not, it's about your happiness this month, okay? It's you finding the balance, you finding, it's justice, you finding the balance, the harmony, the happiness, the joy in your life and how that's going to manifest in your life going forward. So it's really about you and your happiness this month when it's the justice card being first. Okay, bringing things into balance. Okay, bringing things into harmony from your perspective in order to have joy in your life, happiness in your life. Right next to it is the Nine of Wands, or the Knight of Wands. I'm sorry, Knight of Wands. So I would think that you will spend time, or you should at least spend time, looking backwards, looking at the path that you've been through the last year, maybe several years, situations, circumstances, relationships, what it has meant to you, what kind of value you've taken away from it, what kind of wisdom that you've gained from it, and also where you want to go with that wisdom. Okay, so um, the sun will be moving into Gemini during the month of May, so it is essentially your birthday month. So you want to really understand where you've been through and don't minimize it. Please don't minimize the struggles you've been through, the conflicts you've been through. Give yourself a pat on the back. Understand the wisdom that you've really taken away from it. Understand the fires that you've had to walk through in order to get to this point. And start making some plans for where you want to go, what you want to develop, who you want to develop things with, the person you want to become as the month progresses. And then we have the Magician here, which means magic. Now, I think the magic is a lot of tapping into the wisdom that you've gained and understanding how it can enhance your life going forward, empower your life going forward. So please don't minimize what you've been through. Don't think of it as, it's everybody's path kind of thing, or you didn't do anything overly exceptional. You're here, so you did, okay? Because life can be very hard. It can beat us up in many ways. Okay, but it's all through the lessons that we go through that we gain this wisdom, we gain this understanding, and that's where the magic lays for you. Your wisdom that you're going to take forward on your path, to see new paths forward, new actions forward, who you want to become going forward, based on the wisdom that you have gained this past year. And it's with the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is crossed over all three, which means that you are definitely looking at new horizons. Now, with this card, we are usually leaving something behind, but we're not necessarily closing doors, although we do have the Wheel of Fortune, so there will be some doors closing, but a lot of things will be just changing in our lives. The best way I can describe this card is the child that grows to adulthood and is ready to leave the parental home. So the parental home isn't cut off from that person, but it changes in what it means to that person. The young adult is now going and working towards their independence, working towards their dreams, growing their own identity. And the parental house or home meant something, one thing to them. But now it is changing and it's evolving. It's meaning something different now to them. And so you're going to see parts of your life do this, essentially, where things are going to change. And things that once were a strong security in your life are not going to be needed as much anymore. And you're going to go forward in new paths. I would think new creative paths when I have this deck. So We have the Wheel of Fortune, so yes, there are going to be some doors that close too. And it's to allow those new doors to open. So a lot of the Knight of Wands and looking at our past and what we've gone through, we may decide that some things are just better left in the past. And so we are negotiating what is staying and what is going and what is moving forward with us. But know that when we close the door on our past, a new door of opportunity will open. And we're going to see that evolve as the month rolls out. We have the Page of Pentacles as our overriding energy. So here we hold this pentacle in our hands and we look into it as if it's a crystal ball. We know that there are new paths for us. We also know it's going to take courage to step on those paths. We know that there's always a sacrifice to be given when we want to go into a new path, a new way of being, a new way of doing, a new way of becoming. We're not going to get a lot of information on the path forward because we are surrounded in fog in this card. So it is really looking at our initial steps, taking those initial steps, or maybe it's just the initial planning stage. It could even be just the initial planning stage at this point of understanding where we want to grow our abilities, our talents, who we want to become, what we want to grow into. So not only are we, like the Knight of Wands was, okay, not only are we looking into our past, but we are also looking at how we are going to use that wisdom to move into new paths going forward. So this is a very strong card for us this month. We have the Hangman. So meditation, prayer, very important this month. And it's going to be a lot about our thoughts, and probably this leans towards the Justice card very much, of knowing where we want balance in our life, knowing where we want the harmony in our life, knowing where we want joy in our life, and understanding the steps we need to take in order to go in that direction, in order to obtain that kind of lifestyle. So meditation and prayer, alone time, absolutely. All those things are very important. You know, and we have the Five of Pentacles down here. Okay, now the Five of Pentacles can make us feel like we have been left out in the cold. Like everybody else is moving forward, we're not. We're in a rut, we're at a standstill. Realize that you are in front of this door of abundance, of prosperity, of well-being. Okay, this card can essentially say that, you know, you might want to be holding a pity party for yourself more than looking at the new avenues that are opening up to you. So pay attention to the new avenues opening up to you, because you're right in front of that door. And that door can swing wide open for you if you give it enough time and energy and you don't go into negative thoughts of how the next door neighbor is doing compared to you, or how somebody got the promotion over you. Because if you didn't get that promotion, then it was for a good reason. It's to move you into a different path. It's not to get you locked into that path. So look at any kind of hindrance in your life as a positive force moving you forward, rather than something that is holding you back, that is limiting you in some way. How other people see you. So when other people look at you, we have the Death card. So they are going to see you as becoming liberated, becoming more freer with who you are. So I would have to say, as the month rolls out, there becomes this big bounce in your step, this joy for living, this celebration of who you are, of where you are going. Like we had the Justice card at the very beginning where you wanted this harmony and balance and joy. You know, you may actually be moving right into that. And people see this about you. People see how much freer you are, or happier you are, or more outgoing you are than you have been in the recent weeks, maybe. Peanut, Peanut, wake up. Peanut has so many bad dreams. He's a loud dreamer. He talks in his sleep. As we go towards the end of the month and into June, we start with the Eight of Pentacles. So it's a hard work period, okay, where we are really going to be full of a lot of things to do, a lot of work to be done, but we are also raising the bar on who we are becoming, what we do, and we want to turn out our very best, and we are looking for that. Now we have the Nine of Swords and the Lovers with it. So the Nine of Swords is all about our worries, our concerns, our anxieties, those little thoughts that keep us up at night. Those thoughts are going to be pushing you into a passion and deepening a passion. It's like you worry about, oh gosh, what would be a good example? You know, but you're worried about something, or maybe how other people are perceiving you, or what people expect out of you, and it pushes you into what you truly want to do, your passions, your dreams, your desires. So I kind of said with the Justice card, you're not going to please everybody. So it's about making you happy. And this is where, you know, you might have had some conversations, you might have been in some situations where you were really put against the wall, but it only forces you to go forward in your dreams and your desires, to really embrace your passions going forward. For love, relationships, we have the Knight of Cups and the Seven of Cups. So the Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor. So expect love to get much better this month, because he rides into this. But with the Seven of Cups, we really need to prioritize what love means to us, what we really want when it comes to relationships. We need to narrow down our priorities. It can't be all over the board. It can't, you know, this can bring in confusion about what we really want, what we really desire in a relationship. And so a good thing too, when we are meditating, when we are praying, is to understand what truly brings us happiness, because we have the Justice card, we have the Hangman. So what truly brings you happiness in a relationship? What is it about the relationship that you need in order to feel fulfilled, in order to feel that passion, that sensuality, that joy within the relationship? And narrow it down to 2 or 3 things that are the top priorities that have to be within the relationship, and work on those things and those things alone in order to bring in more clarity, in order to bring in more understanding. If you are not in a relationship, the Knight of Cups is the knight in shining armor, so you can expect love to show up out of seemingly nowhere. For job, career, money, finances, we have the Seven of Swords and the Three of Cups. You know, this is almost like you get right down to it and you understand exactly what you want to do going forward. That's going to bring you so much joy and happiness. Now, with the Three of Cups, there could be good news coming in worth celebrating. So this could be a new job, a proposal for a new job. It could be a promotion. It could be a raise in pay. It could be starting your own business and feeling, you know, you're going to have your launching party or something. But it usually brings in messages that raise you up, pick you up, make you feel alive. But we get really to the point where we are narrowing down exactly where we want to put our passions, where we want to put our energies, what we want to give value to going forward. We are very strong and determined in exactly what route we are going into, what path we are going into. There's no room here for just putting in time and hoping things will change one day. It's almost like you're getting the strict criteria about what needs to be in job, career, in order for you to feel the happiness, in order for you to feel the joy, in order for you to feel appreciated and wanted within the workplace or the job, or maybe it is your own business that you are starting up, and so you really are definite about what is needed in order to go forward in that avenue. For our spirituality, We have the Chariot and the Three of Swords. I think a focus, I talked a little bit about the focus, the Knight of Wands, of going into your past in the last year and the hurdles that you had to go through, the chaos, the tears, the sorrows, the challenges, the conflicts. Okay, and by looking at those things and really giving it the focus, that's how you gain a lot of wisdom. That's how you gain a lot of strength. So don't be shy about looking at things that you went through, but almost in a detached way. Okay, you don't want to get emotionally involved into the situation again, especially if it was very heart-wrenching. But you want to almost separate yourself from it so that you can analyze it, so you can see exactly what you went through and the wisdom that you took away from it. It's so important this month. It's really going to set you on a beautiful path of abundance. And for health and well-being, we have the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords. Well, you know what? The Five of Cups is kind of like where we've dropped the ball on ourselves, where we said we were going to work out, we were going to exercise, and then we didn't, or we said we were going to diet, and then we snuck away into the closet and ate that chocolate cake. There's no sense in crying over spilt milk, and the sooner you forgive yourself and release whatever wrongdoings you did to yourself, you get this energy, you get this vitality, and you know that if you make a determination, you make a declaration to yourself of what you're going to do going forward, that you will have the strength, you will have the sustainability to grow into a healthy well-being that you've wanted for a long time. With the Five of Cups, we can beat ourselves up very easily over the things that we should have done but we didn't do, kind of stuff. So this is really saying just to turn away from it, to release the regret of not following through on something that we had planned to manifest in our life. So it could have been January 1st or something, right? We make that New Year's resolution that we're going to do this, that, and the other thing, and then we drop the ball somewhere along the way. This is a chance for you to reset those goals and to have a strength, a real strength. The failure is not even in your vocabulary when the Knight of Swords shows up. So know that if you make that declaration to yourself, you get a second chance. You can go forward. You can still reach those desired goals and dreams that you wanted to when it comes to your health and well-being. And until we meet again, remember, I do love you.